Hello, welcome back to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. On this channel I usually talk a lot about VHS tapes, cult movies, comics and stuff like that. Take a break this time to talk about these, the humble and much maligned DVD. And why not? They are, at least for me, having a bit of a resurgence. And on this episode I'm going to explain why. So me and DVDs have been having a bit of a renaissance lately for two reasons, and those two reasons are quite simple: money and availability. I've already got a load of subscriptions that I'm paying out for, probably some that I don't even remember. I need to look into that, and you should too. But when I go and want to watch a specific film online, and then find out that it's not on the services I've got, it's available on another service, so either another subscription or a one-off fee, which is often more than a new copy, I don't want to do that all the time. And then things get taken down, and then there's also the fact that you don't own anything. So even when you've got your subscriptions and you're paying all this money out for each month, you don't own any content on there, so it could go like that. That was a rubbish click, Andrew. That's better. So I have been enjoying picking them up lately for pennies, literally. The charity shops are a great thing for you, for these sort of things. Yep, DVDs still coming out new, and a lot of those are quite cheap. And there's Blu-rays as well. I don't mind Blu-rays, but then I don't really see the point. I'm fine just watching the movies. I'm not here for super duper quality. I mean, I like VHS, so you know I'm not here for super duper quality anyway. But I have picked up some great ones lately from. There's a couple of charity shops near me where there's one where it's £3 for £1. There's one where it's £5 for £1, where you can mix media, so you could get CDs, DVDs, books, games, all kinds of stuff, and £5 for £1. So I have picked up some really cool old favourites lately, and that's something else. The availability of these things. If I want to get them on VHS, which is my preferred format for the things that I'm nostalgic about, the price comes into it. And I want a physical copy. I can't always lay down the cash for VHS copies, preferred X-rental copies, of course. So I've been picking these things up on DVD, and I have picked up some great old favourites lately. Those are my old favourites here. As examples. Okay, here's some good examples. Picked up the original Poltergeist, 20p. I love Poltergeist. The first one, the original Poltergeist, absolutely blows me away, and this is a great edition. It's the 25th anniversary edition. It was 20p. I've got The Abyss, the James Cameron movie. Really tense, really exciting movie. If you're a fan of aliens, watch this, because this is something else. I got Scrooged, the Bill Murray movie. This is so cool. I've not seen this in years. This is one I rented back in the VHS days, and I'm really pleased to have a copy of my own of this. So there's a lot of things like also with streaming services that are different now. Where's my example? I have an example here for you. Somewhere here. Yes, here's a good example. Adventures in Babysitting. The teen comedy adventure movie. I wanted to rewatch this. I saw it and I rewatched it on DVD. Saw it was on Disney Plus, and it had been reduced from a 15 to a 12. Now this DVD is a 12, and it's got the right language on it. However, the Disney Plus version does not. The Disney Plus version has been edited, and that's weird. You know, the famous phrase. You know the one I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. That is no longer in it. But picking these things up, I've been able to check out things like the Crazies, George Romero's Crazies, which I've not seen in a long time. And this has got a bunch of extras on it as well, so just for 20p, you're getting a classic movie, load of extras, something that you own. If the internet goes down, you can still watch your film. Or if it gets taken down off these services, of course. I've got The Burbs. The Burbs, I've not seen this version, this is the uncut version of The Burbs, and this is so good. I'd forgotten what fun it was. Then there's things like I'd wanted to check out but didn't want to pay loads for. Betty Page, the notorious Betty Page. Atomic Blonde, which I had seen on streaming but couldn't get all the way through it. Enjoyed it this time. A couple of old Will Hay black and white comedy movies. Fantastic, 20p. Midnight Run, I didn't think I'd enjoy this as much as I did. I thought it was kind of just like a gritty thriller. Turns out it's kind of a comedy body action movie. Fantastic. There's a load of other classics. Big Trouble in Little China, Airplane, Blade Runner, Animal House, Blues Brothers, one of my favourite movies ever, Caddyshack, Beetlejuice, and then oddities like Night of the Comet. All dirt cheap. All well worth watching. If you've got space for them, they take up less space than VHS as well. I will always love VHS though, don't get me wrong. But these things, not all of these movies are on streaming services, and they're certainly not all on the services that I've got. If I did want to watch this pile, it would cost me more and more and more, and that is not a model that I'm into. It's a great model for businesses. They're doing great out of it. Not so great for consumers. And on the whole, there's nothing wrong with watching DVDs instead of a shoddy stream, which is not always the best quality or the most reliable thing to watch. Anyway, what have people been saying about DVDs online? People talking about DVDs is not a new thing. This has been going on for quite some time now. With the rise of streaming, a lot of people have talked about not wanting to pay more and the issues with availability of things and the quality of things and how things are monitored, your advertising, and how things are, you're observed watching these things by the companies you're paying this money to. Feels invasive. And it stops me enjoying these things to the extent that I could. So here, for example, some recent ones. We've got here The Guardian, The Hill I Will Die On. Streaming is rubbish. Take me back to the golden era of DVDs by Francis Ryan. There's a good piece all about appreciation for DVDs and the importance of, not getting carried away with streaming services, because it is easy to do, because you're just pressing a button on a remote a lot of the time, and you don't really think about it all mounting up into an enormous bill. What else have we got here? Los Angeles Times. There's been a lot of talk I found online while researching for this. The DVDs are the new vinyl records, apparently. Why Gen Z is embracing physical media. And one great thing there is that there's videos there, which is just so cool. But it is interesting to see that a new generation is picking up on these things for ease of use, access, price. I think it is something that is affecting, lots of not just one single generation. There are rental stores around the world. There are physical media sales still going on. It is declining, but that's because of streaming and the ease of it and the so-called convenience of it. But there is evidence that it is showing a resurgence in physical media, and there's definitely interest in it from a lot of people. This is a really good piece, by the way, over on Los Angeles Times. There's a piece here on whathifi.com, why I'll never give up my DVD collection, even though I don't delve into it all that often. See, these are a great backup. Even if you are streaming, your DVD collection is still a great backup. The internet goes down, which happens more often than we care to admit. You're going to be able to watch your favourites. You're going to be able to check out stuff you've not watched. Maybe you've got DVDs there that you've never got to. I know I've got several. I'm working my way through a big stack of them at the moment after picking all these up from charity shops. But it is interesting to know that there's still an interest in it out there. Over on filmstories.co.uk, there's a story here. The physical media... The physical media landscape in 2025 and beyond, examining what's going on with physical media and new releases or releases. It's a good one to pick up on. It's a good one to take a look at, just so you know what is going on with current stuff. I mean, I'm not really buying current DVDs. Occasionally I'll get a Blu-ray, but with the DVDs I get the vast majority are from charity shops, because I love the hunt. And now that charity shops don't carry VHS anymore, well, apart from some here and there, I need something to hunt for. I need something to find for myself, So it's going to be DVDs at the moment, and it is interesting to see that a lot of people are sharing this opinion about it. New stuff. Just an example: there's Voltron Legendary Defender has been taken down off Netflix. But soon there will be a DVD set, Blu-ray set coming out, so that fans can still have access to it. And you know what? If they get that set, they've always got access to it. I've got DVDs from 25 years ago, and they still play absolutely perfect. The ones in the paper sleeves. I showed you, like Caddyshack earlier, like Batman, Demolition Man. I've got they're all in the card sleeves, a bunch of others, and they still work absolutely fine. But I never did find out what those little barcode things were for inside. you know, the little tokeny things in the cardboard sleeve ones. Never really got that. But anyway, so yeah, you will still be able to get hold of stuff and watch stuff on your your preferred format of physical media, even if Netflix goes, we need the space for some other crap. Anyway, we've got the usual one here, Trill Mag. Sorry, New Year Old Stuff. This is not the usual thing. I'll mention that in a minute. New Year Old Stuff is physical media making a comeback in 2026. Your guide to navigating the 2026 physical media movement. There is some good stuff in here and some good ideas and some good arguments. We do love a good argument. Yeah, what I was going to say about the usual stuff. While researching for this, there is a ton of pages with articles saying your DVDs could be worth a load. The top most financially, valuable DVDs around are these DVDs in your loft, and then they see the first thing that it talks about is Disney. It's just not. No, most DVDs are financially have no value whatsoever. You look on the CEX app if you want to sell a DVD to them, and it's like a penny, or a Blu-ray, or anything. Souls, human flesh. What am I saying? Don't do that. That's bad. You have mine. But yeah, they're not worth anything. The content on them is what's valuable. The content is worth having. And there's a sentimental aspect to it. There's the aspect to it that's just fun and wanting to gather around, put something on without any other attachments to it. Putting a disc in a player does not mean you are being observed by enormous multi-billion-dollar companies that just want to direct ads to you for things that you've thought about. Final piece I've got here. 5 reasons physical media still beats streaming. This is on howtogeek.com. Well, look at that. That's a great picture. Streaming removals and rights churn. That's true. Yeah. Blu-ray discs still beat streaming for consistent quality. That is true. Like I say, I'm not a huge fan of Blu-ray, but they do beat streaming because streaming is often not ideal, especially if you've not got a great signal, you've not got a very powerful Wi-Fi signal or anything like that, then it's going to the quality is going to be lesser, it's going to buffer, it's going to freeze, it's going to crash, the robots will take over and turn us all into Netflix logo wearing aberrations. Something like that anyway. But yeah, there are some great arguments out there for physical media. Yeah, of course there's arguments against it, but this is stuff that you don't need a subscription to watch or enjoy again and again and again. Even when it comes down from streaming services, no matter what you want to pay for it, you can't find it on them eventually. You can always go back to your physical copy. And you can't really have fun collecting streaming services, or watching streams. There's no souvenir. Even if you're only going to watch a movie once, you've got the disc in case you want to watch it again sometime. The chance may come up, but it is a souvenir of that experience you've had, and you don't get that. You don't get that experience. You're missing out on an entertaining, potentially very satisfying vein of collecting. But anyway, I love physical media. I'll always love physical media. I'll always prefer VHS, but if I can't get hold of the VHS or the budget just won't stretch to a particular tape, DVD's going to be for me, and I'm going to go and find some more tomorrow. What's been your things you've been stockpiling lately? Tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear if there's any particular sort of films or a particular sort of physical media or anything like that. Do let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Planet Hex.